Today I'm going to show you 5 pieces of amazing terrain for you to use in your fantasy tabletop games right after this. Hey everybody, Sam here from the Tabletop Hub, your one-stop shop for all things tabletop, and recently I've been on the lookout for some awesome pieces of terrain to use in Elder Scrolls Call to Arms, which is the tabletop miniatures game from Malefic set in the world of Tamriel. But any of the pieces I'll show you today would work great in any fantasy tabletop game. As with previous videos where I've done this, if you want to check out any of the pieces of terrain I talk about in today's video, you can find a link to them down in the video description. Most, but not all, of the companies I showcase are small independent companies, so I would really encourage you to check them out, see what they have on offer, and consider supporting them too. Now, let's get into the terrain. So first off, we have the Medieval Rural set from P-Work Games, and what I love about this set is that it's really an all-in-one kit for your tabletop. With 2 buildings, a well, and some fencing, you have all you need to create a farmstead scenario, and equally the 2 buildings can be customized further as they have interiors for you to place scatter terrain into. This whole set comes unpainted and will need some assembly, but what I equally love is the price tag, which is just under €30, which I think is a great price for what you're getting here. Next we have the Malefic Circle from the folks over at TT Combat. Now this really reminded me of the ritual stone circles that you come across while traveling off the beaten path in Skyrim. And I think with a bit of imagination and some decent hobbying, you could really weather this up to create a mossy ritual circle of your own. This is definitely a piece you'd use to augment your tabletop, and for £6, I think the price tag equally reflects that. It's a great piece that is really easy to assemble, and the folks over at TT Combat equally have a whole range of dungeon terrain for you to have a look at as well. The final 3 pieces I have for you are kind of our big hitters of today's video, and to start off with, we go to Games Workshop to have a look at their Ophidian Archway. Now, this was originally created for the Age of Sigmar line of releases, but when I saw this and saw the dragon decal, the runes, and just the overall look and feel of the piece, it felt like this could be repurposed as a piece of a dilapidated and ruined Blades outpost. There are the occasional little nods to the Warhammer universe carved into parts of this piece, but I think as a whole, this would work really well. Now the biggest downside of all of this is the price. Since it's Games Workshop, you are going to be paying perhaps a little bit more than you would for these other pieces with a price tag of £28, but the quality really, hopefully, does speak for itself. Following on from this, Games Workshop equally have another piece that I thought would fit really well as a Dwemer oculary, and that's Games Workshop's Nominous Occulum. There are so many parts of this that are really reminiscent of a Dwemer oculary, and while it doesn't really look like a piece you'd perhaps find deep underground, I think it could work well as maybe an above ground Dwemer structure. Again, although the quality of this piece is great, you're going to be paying a lot more for it, and it should be noted that these pieces from Games Workshop come unpainted and unassembled. The Nominous Occulum itself will set you back £38, which is a little bit beyond my comfort zone, to be honest with you. The final piece of today's video is really the showpiece of the episode too. Every time I put together one of these videos, I always have like one piece of terrain that perhaps is a little bit more expensive, but just blows me away with its quality or just how cool it looks, and this piece is no different. The Guard Tower from Tabletop World is an absolutely stunning piece that boasts a full interior split across 4 levels, and when fully painted, it just looks absolutely stunning. Scale-wise, it is made with 28mm scale in mind, so it may be a few millimeters smaller than the scale for Call to Arms, but honestly, I wouldn't even care if I had this on my tabletop. This would work great as a real focal point of your table if creating a tundra scene or even as a watchtower for the farm settlement I showed off at the start of the video. Now this is the most expensive piece I'll be showing you today with a price tag of €119, but as with all things, the quality really speaks for itself. All of the pieces of terrain I've showcased today can be found at the links in the video description, and I'd highly encourage you to go check them out for yourselves. As for me, that's all I've got for today's video. Why not join the Tabletop Hub Facebook group to continue the conversation? There's a link in the video description, but until next time, have a great week, and I'll speak to you all very, very soon.